What's going on, guys? Sharpshot here. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. So today's video, we're going to be looking at the top 3 best survivor builds to rank up fast after the 6.1.0 Perk Rework update. The last time I made this video was in the 4.6.0 update over a year ago, and with the 6.1 update happening, 40 perks getting reworked, and playing on the survivor side getting a little bit harder with the killer side being buffed, I thought it would be a good time to update this video and help out you guys, the survivors, to succeed in your trials even after the update. So the builds in this video are going to be focused on all-around success in every aspect of the trial. So think of the 4 blood point categories on the survivor side. In objectives, survival, altruism, and boldness. When you're trying to pip up in DBD, you want to try and do the best in each of the 4 categories, and that'll give you the best chance at pipping up and ranking up really quickly. And the builds in this video are really going to help you in doing that. And the perks that I'm going to be putting in these builds are going to be more or less the meta perks. They aren't going to be super unique and random perks. I'm going to try and stick to the perks that everybody knows is really good, but I'm going to make sure that each of these 3 builds are unique to each other in that they try not to have repeat perks, so that you can put your own little touch and bring in your favorite perks to each of these builds and not end up with 3 of the same builds. You're gonna have 3 unique builds, and the 3 builds in this video are to be ranked from worst to best, with 3 being the worst and first being the best. But don't worry if you like the third over the first build, because they're all super good builds. And for each of the builds, I'm gonna be explaining what each perk does, and finally summarize why all 4 perks work really well in making an awesome, well-rounded build. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Coming in at number 3, we have the Totem Build. The first perk that's going on this build is going to be Sprint Burst. Sprint Burst is arguably the best exhaustion perk in the entire game, so having exhaustion perk on all of these builds is going to be super important. It's really fantastic in chases and allowing you to get a huge head start at the beginning of the chase and giving you a ton of distance between you and the killer. And it's also really good outside of chases, allowing you to get to each objective way faster, with that 3 seconds of running 150% faster than your base running speed. The second perk on this build is going to be Overzealous. When you cleanse a totem with Overzealous, it'll allow you to work on generators 8% faster at tier 3 if you had cleansed a dull totem, and if you had cleansed a hex totem, it allows you to double that speed for 16% faster. And as long as you stay in the same health state, you get these benefits. So if you don't lose a health state the entire trial, you'll be able to work on gens really quickly the entire trial. So if you do find a hex totem in the trial, this will literally change the pace of the entire trial, because you yourself are going to be able to work on gens that much faster, which is really powerful. The third perk on this build is going to be Inner Healing. When you cleanse a totem with Inner Healing, the next time you go into a locker when you're injured, it will heal you back up to the health state in 8 seconds at tier 3. So this will combo really well with Overzealous, because you're going to be already cleansing a totem for that perk, and it'll just allow you to have an insta heal in your back pocket by just cleansing 1 totem. So it's like killing 2 birds with 1 totem. And the fourth perk on this build is going to be Lightweight. This is going to be your stealth perk, which will allow you to stay away from the killer and escape the killer super easily, since it recently got buffed in the 6.1 update in making scratch marks disappear 5 seconds sooner at tier 3, which is a huge jump from what it was before. It'll make the killer have a really hard time tracking you with your scratch marks disappearing so quickly. But if you find that this perk isn't super useful and you're really struggling at finding totems for Overzealous and Inner Strength, you can also run Small Game to help you find those totems easier as your 4th perk. So these 4 perks make an all-around super good build, because Sprint Burst focuses on the boldness category, Overzealous focuses on the objective category, Inner Healing focuses on the altruism side of things and allowing you to heal yourself, even though that really doesn't count for altruism. It still keeps you healthy, which is good. And Lightweight focuses on survival. So this build is obviously centered around the Overzealous and Inner Healing combo, where, like I said before, if you cleanse 1 totem, you'll get value out of 2 perks. And what's really nice about this combo is that if you cleanse a totem injured, you can actually use Inner Healing right away to go back up to the healthy state and still have Overzealous, so you won't worry about staying injured with Overzealous and then going into the dying state if the killer catches you. You'll be healthy and at least be able to take a hit. And the Sprint Burst and Lightweight combo are going to allow you to stay away from the killer and stay at the healthy so that you don't lose your Overzealous right away, getting a huge head start in the chase with Sprint Burst. If you cut the line of sight, you might even can lose the killer at the very beginning of the chase with the lightweight scratch marks. So overall, this combo makes for a great build for ranking up. Coming in at number 2, we have the Bill and Meg 2.0 build. The reason it's called a 2.0 build is because I've done the 1.0 build in last video. So if you want to check out the full details of that, I'll link it in the top right now. Top right. And if you still want to use the 1.0 version of this build, it's still a fantastic option, but with the new meta changing and borrowed time becoming base kit, I think this 2.0 build is a little better than that one. So the first perk on this build is going to be Sprint Burst, and the second perk on this build is going to be Will Make It. This is a fantastic altruism perk that whenever you unhook a survivor for the next 90 seconds at tier 3, you get to heal other survivors twice as fast. So this is best used right after you unhook a survivor. You get to immediately heal them at twice the speed, and it'll just keep every survivor healthy in the trial. The third perk on this build is going to be Kindred. Kindred is a really good information perk, and now with BT base kit, I feel like it's just a great alternative for it, where whenever a survivor is hooked, you get to see the aura of all the survivors, and then also the killer's aura within 12 meters of the hook at tier 3. And then if you're hooked, the effects apply to all of these survivors, and they get to all see each other and then see the killer as well. So this perk is really good at allowing you to see the killer's next steps and where they're going after the unhook. It'll also allow survivors to just be more efficient in the trial, where they'll see that only one person needs to go for the unhook, which is really nice. Finally, the fourth perk on this build is going to be Unbreakable. This is a really good second chance perk that allows you to recover 35% faster at tier 3 and allows you to fully recover once per trial. So in a sluggy situation where everybody's in the dying state, this could actually mean the difference between you escaping the trial and you dying in the trial. So it can be super clutch when you get that full recovery out of it. And if you find that you're not a big fan of Unbreakable, you have two options for your fourth perk. You can either run Borrowed Time to extend the duration of the BT base kit by 10 seconds, which can be really good if the killer is tunneling for some reason, or you could also run Adrenaline to get a really clutch endgame heal and sprint burst that could save you from the dying state or save you mid-chase by allowing you to escape really easily. And all three of these perks are Bill or Meg teachable, so it'll fit with the Bill and Meg build as well. So these four perks make a really good all-around build because Sprint Burst covers the boldness aspect, Will Make It covers your altruism category, Kindred covers your information / objective category because it allows you to be more efficient, where you can know whether to stick a gen, go for the unhook, and survivors get to do the same. And Unbreakable focuses on your survival category. The best part of this build is that it's super easy to make and it's super accessible. With the new prestige rework, getting this build is gonna be super quick for people starting out, and it's free. I made sure that all of these perks are either a build teachable, a Meg teachable, or they're a general perk that are free for everybody. And it's just a really great starter build if you want to succeed in trials really early on in your DBD experience. And the Sprint Burst and Kindred combo allows you to know exactly where you need to be, either running quickly to work on a gen, or quickly to an unhook, or to heal a survivor. And that information plus the speed that you get to that information is gonna be really valuable. And the Will Make It plus the Kindred combo is also really good in allowing you to know when you should go unhook and be able to get a safe unhook where the killer isn't there, and you'll be able to heal that survivor you just unhooked back up really quickly, and they'll go off into the trial and do their own thing in the healthy state rather than the injured state. So this just all around makes a fantastic beginner rank up build. Finally, coming in at number 1, we have the meta build, which is also my main build going into 6.1.0. And my most recent video that I posted on the channel actually shows this build getting used in a trial and a gameplay video. Make sure you click this link in the top right or check out the description. The first perk we have on this build is going to be Lithe. Lithe is personally my favorite exhaustion perk, and it allows you to get a sprint burst whenever you vault a pallet or a window. And I like it the best because I feel like it's a controllable sprint burst. I can use it inside of chases, outside of chases, and it's just all around fantastic exhaustion perk. The second perk on this build is going to be Off the Record. With 6.1 bringing a massive buff to Off the Record and making it one of, if not the best non-exhaustion perk in the game, this is going to be a must-have on this meta build, where every time you get unhooked, you basically have an 80-second borrowed time, where if you get hit by the killer, it gives you an extra chance with the endurance status effect. And like Decisive Strike would deactivate on conspicuous actions, the endurance status effect also deactivates with those actions as well, so you gotta be careful with that. But what doesn't deactivate in those 80 seconds is is your built-in distortion and iron will you get, so allow you to stay away from the killer and stay stealthy once you do escape the unhook. And the best thing of off the record is that it activates after every single unhook. And if you don't have off the record, because it is a paid perk on Zarina, you can run either decisive strike, which is the closest alternative, and if you also don't have that, you can run unbreakable from build. The third perk on this build is going to be prove thyself. This is in my opinion the best objective perk in the game, and now also the best blood point perk in the game, as a nice little cherry on top. Whenever another survivor comes and works on a gen with you, that's another extra 15% gen repair speed that you get, up to a maximum of 45%. So if you pair up with survivors on gens that you work on, you're going to be able to zoom through the trial, which is huge in a new meta where gens take 10 seconds longer to complete. And the fourth perk on this build is going to be Boon Circle of Healing. This is the best healing perk in the game, because when you just place the Boon Totem down, it'll allow everybody to heal themselves if they go to the Boon Totem range, and allow you to do the same. It'll overall just allow the team to just stay in the healthy state the entire trial, and it'll be super hard for the killer to gain any progress with injuries, because they'll just be able to heal right back up to the healthy state in no time. And before I explain why these 4 perks make a fantastic meta build, I also want to show that this build is super flexible and super versatile to any playstyle. For the 4th perk, if you're not a fan of Boon Circle of Healing or don't have it, you can mold it to literally any playstyle. If you want to focus on boldness and doing really well in trials, you can slap on Windows of Opportunity. If you want to focus more on the objectives and gen speeds, you can slap on Deja Vu. If you want to double down on survivability, you can slap on Unbreakable or DS. That 4th perk, there's just so many options to mold into your playstyle. Whether you're a stealthy survivor, a gen jockey, a looping Larry, it'll just fit your playstyle no matter what. But going back to the 4 original perks in this build, they make a really good all-around build, because Life focuses on the boldness category, Off the Record focuses on the survival category, Prove Thyself focuses on the objective category, and finally Circle of Healing focuses on the altruism category. And these 4 perks combined will allow you to dominate in literally every facet of the trial. With the Prove Thyself and Circle of Healing combo, it'll also allow your other teammates to dominate as well without having to run any extra perks because you ran them. Circle of Healing will allow them to self-heal, and Prove Thyself will allow them to work on gens faster. So it's basically like giving 2 extra perks to your teammates, which is fantastic. And the Life plus Off the Record combo is going to make you super tough to catch after unhooks, because the Life will allow you to get a free sprint burst away, and Off the Record will give you an extra health state, which is just fantastic. So yeah guys, those are the top 3 best builds to rank up in the new meta. I hope you found this video helpful, but comment below what your favorite perk build is, whether it was in this video or not. I would love to hear your guys' favorite builds, and I'm sure the people watching would definitely like to try out your builds as well. So yeah guys, that's been the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you're new. This has been Sharpshot, and I will see you guys in the next video.